Hi Sagittarius, welcome. So Sagittarius, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the general messages and then we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. My readings are timeless. I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when it's for you. And so let's get into it, Sag. And I'm excited to see what pops up because the energy to me feels so good today. I'm not sure when I'll actually get to post this. I don't always upload these on the day that I record them, but we just had a full moon and it felt like really tense and almost stressful, like right before the full moon, and then after the full moon lifted and the energy lifted, it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air. So I don't know if some of you also felt like same or similar energies, but today literally feels like a breath of fresh air to me. Thank goodness. So hopefully you're all getting that sigh of relief as well in the energy. And as I look down, the first card out was your card, Sagittarius, which I love. And then it's paired with the numinous. So Sag Pisces energy, you could have that in your chart, be connecting with somebody who has placements like that in their chart, or it could be just the influencing vibes, Sag. So this is you being you right here. This is you at your best, though. It is when you are feeling at your best. It is very enthusiastic energy, kind of ready for anything type of vibe. Now, when you pair it with the numinous, this is about like your spidey senses, your intuition, deja vu, your own psychic abilities, which I believe we all have our own inner psychic. Some are more tuned into it than others. But this can also talk about shadow work, which is kind of interesting. So let's dig into it and see, Sagittarius, what else we have coming through for my Sages. What does Sagittarius need to know? I've also had it feels like a radio station going on in my head, like so many different songs in my head, and this is the one I have in my head now. He says, I don't even know how it goes. Oh my, good guy, you're gonna double around the 60s. I have no idea. I can't even catch the lyrics. But like all day long, I have been singing, and but it's not the same song. Usually I get a song in my head and it'll stay with me through the whole day. Today, it's like a multitude of songs that are coming through, which I'm finding very entertaining. So we should see what comes up in this reading. You have the card of receptivity, possibilities, and the Fool. So this is quite literally being open to new possibilities, new adventures, new beginnings for some of you. It's getting into receptive mode. It's allowing yourself to feel good and have a good time and be yourself. And yeah, it's interesting to me that the shadow work card came in here because sometimes the best way to work through your shadow is to live in your light, is to be in your light, is to be your lighthearted self, right? And also, if there's something that has been hidden beneath the surface, by the way, the more often you're in your light, the more things will come to light, right? We think we find out things when we dig in the dark, but that's really not how it works, because you can only be, if you're in the process of looking for something, in the looking for it, you are not a vibrational match to the finding of it. So it's only truly when we let something go, we hop back into our light, that the answer comes, the truth comes, the evidence comes, etc., etc., etc. I know. The universe is so interesting with how it works, right? Sometimes it's frustrating as hell, though. I can't even lie. You know what I mean? Like, when I first learned about law of attraction a long time ago, I was like, oh, okay, I get what I think about. Oh, this is gonna be easy, right? I'm just gonna think the thoughts that I want. It's not that easy. It really ain't. If it was that easy, we'd all just have manifestations falling out of the sky all around us. None of us would be sitting here for a tarot reading either. But it's trickier than that. It's more than just thinking it. It's also believing it. And that's the gap that most people don't bridge. can't bridge or don't understand. Like, you can think thoughts all day about things that you want, but if you don't believe that you can attain them, and most importantly, you don't believe you're worthy enough or good enough or whatever enough to have it, then you can't have it. So it's more than just about the thought process. It's a lot about the belief process. It's a lot about the feeling journey, the emotional journey that comes along with that. So let's see here, Sagittarius, what else we have coming through. You have the Page of Pentacles, Five of Swords, oops, and the Eight of Wands. Now, this is an interesting combination because this is like an opportunity, right? It's something, it's like a seed being planted, if you will. It's an undeveloped opportunity, but it has potential. And then the Five of Swords, to me, I don't really like this energy. Sometimes this can talk about rejection or revenge or, I heard can't get right. A sense of like, you just can't get it right. You know what I mean? Which is a really self-defeatist type of energy, which this card also talks about self-sabotage. And then the Eight of Wands, which is about communication. Okay, quite literally, things moving forward. So there might be like this opportunity being presented to you, Sagittarius, or a repeated opportunity where you just feel like you can't get it right. You know, despite try after try, despite doing everything that you can do, it just feels like you can't get right. You know what I mean? And you may actually be conversating about this, talking about this, you know, yeah. And it's like, you can't get something right by the way. Well, let me start here. There's no right and wrong. There's only opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And since we are eternal and we're always flowing forward and life is endless, the stream of life is endless, you can't get it wrong, because even if you flop an opportunity, you'll get another one and another one and another one and another one. The universe will never cease to yield to you, because it is yielding to you every day, all day, based on your desires, your intentions. And the only thing that's getting in your way is your beliefs. Sometimes we don't even recognize that, right? Like, sometimes we don't even recognize that we have a belief that stands in our way because we've practiced it for so long. And a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. But if you keep thinking the same line of thoughts every single day, and you've done it for 20, 30, 40 years, it seems like a hard and fast truth at that point. But it's really just a repetitive thought. You know, so don't get in your own way here. Even if you flubbed an opportunity before or felt like, wow, I cannot get this right. First of all, don't get down on yourself, Sagittarius. Spirit is never getting down on you. But also, take it as a growth opportunity. Like, okay, but I'll get it right the next time. Now I know what to do the next time. And then wait for the opportunity to present itself again, right? Now, this could be in job, this could be in relationship, this really could be in any area of your life. I'm not really getting specifically what this is about, but it's about growth and it's about expansion more than anything. So let's see what else. Yes! I sounded like Winnie the Pooh there. I didn't even honestly know I could make that sound until just now. So... Go me. Why did I make that sound? Because the page went to the Ace of Pentacles, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The Tower. See, this self-defeatist missed opportunity, right, actually usually comes back around as a bigger chance, a bigger opportunity. Sometimes, you know, things pass us by because we're meant for greater, right? I just read a meme the other day that said, you know, our egos will have us banging on doors with nothing behind them. you know, but spirit would never lead you to a door with nothing behind it. But sometimes we just want to hold on to things that aren't good for us, don't meet our highest standards, you know, etc., because that's what we think it should be. And how can you tell that you're off in that? How can you tell? Dot. How can you tell if you're banging on the... How can you tell if you're banging on the wrong door? The dog keeps barking, that's how. I'm just kidding, hold on a second. Sorry about that. Dog life. Okay, anyways. How can you tell if you're banging on the wrong door? It feels bad. It feels off. It feels like you're pushing for something to happen as opposed to allowing. Because what's for you will come to you naturally. You don't need to go looking for it. You don't need to go searching for it. You don't need to make it fit, right? So, don't get in your own way here, because I feel like something that felt like a loss to you, that maybe you dwelled on, maybe you even talked about or thought about, whatever, ruminated on, there's something better in store for you. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles here. Now you also have the Six of Cups. And I feel like this is something from the past here that really shook you up, that left you in the state of the Five of Pentacles, which is a sense of loss, a sense of lack. Some of you have a real big fear, you know, of history repeating itself or finding yourself back in a lackful space. But the thing is, Sagittarius, manifestations follow thoughts. The only way you could find yourself back in a lackful space is if you've been in a lack-based thinking space. So ask yourself, what have I been thinking about? The haves or the have-nots? Do I focus the majority of the time on things that make me feel good or things that deplete me? Is there a balance there? Because that'll tell you what's coming next and what's around the corner, right? But some of you, the shakeup from the past here that left you in a sense of a lack, right, can only repeat itself with your trained focus. But I actually see Spirit trying to give you another opportunity here, a bigger opportunity, something that is better than what you've had in the past. And they want you to be open and receptive to the possibilities here, and not to shut yourself down or shut something out without giving it some sort of careful consideration. And again, I'm not getting whether this is about jobs or a relationship or whatever, so please just take it as it's hitting you. There you are in the middle of the reading. But see, the thing is the Three of Pentacles is here to say these are building blocks. So there's something here that's presenting itself that is a building block to your future, Sagittarius. And I feel like your intuition is picking up on this. Like you're aware that, or you're gaining some sort of awareness that this could work, you know? Okay, so we started the reading in a place of like, God, I cannot get this right. And we're ending the reading in a place of like, no, I think this can work. I think this can work out. I think I can work on this. I think that it's not about repeating the past so much as it is about using the past as a launching off point to my future of what could go right. Using the what went wrongs to launch myself now into a space of what goes right, what could go right. And I feel like a lot can go right because there is endless possibilities here. They're asking you to use your intuition though and really get in touch with your spirit. And I feel the shadow work that they're talking about is this self-defeatist type of energy where you're sometimes your own worst enemy, you know what I mean? But you're basing that off of real life experiences that really put you in, you know, a heavy emotional space. So I don't want to take away from the reality of that, but I am saying if you want to escape reliving that reality, then you have got to leave that alone. That means no talking about it, no ruminating about it, and focusing instead on what you want to come in as a future possibility, because something's being lined up here that starts as a small potential and then grows into an actual manifestation, which then multiplies for you. So this could be in the way of money, but this could also be in the way of, you know, just love turning into a greater commitment or something that works out. It could also be within career, but they're showing me a possibility that is starting out small and gaining big momentum. And you're going to get insight on this. If you don't already know what I'm talking about, you will. Really, I got it come the end of June, like what, next year? I mean, I don't think you have to wait that long. I don't usually get time frames. Or maybe this began at the end of June. I'm not really sure where that came from. Take it or leave it. It's a general, but let's see what the guidance has to say then, Sag, and then we're going to flip into the love reading. Card number 43. And then I had one fly over here. Card number 45. Why do I want the relationship I want? Think about what you want in a relationship and why you want it. Look for those around you who are experiencing good relationships and feel appreciation for them. Make lists of the positive aspects of those good feeling relationships that you've spent time with. In fact, one of the fastest ways to make your way to a wonderful relationship is to find any subject that consistently feels good, even if it has nothing to do with a relationship, and focus on that. Okay, so some of you, this is about relationship, but not all of you. And then this one says, I can focus on what I do want. By focusing upon the wanted of that of which is around you, you will train your vibrational offering to match the best in that. The law of attraction will no longer match you up with the worst when you are consistently focused on the best. Woo-wee! Interesting start to the reading. Let's get into the love portion of the reading then and see what else we have coming through. Stay right there. I'll be back in just a second. Welcome back. All right, now we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. Sorry, misfire. We're going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Man, your cards don't even want to wait for me to give the intro. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Let's get it. Okay, so you have the card of Master and they have the card of Traveling. Or sorry, both of these are your cards. And I love that because to me, this card represents Sagittarius energy. Some of you might literally be looking into traveling for fun or for relocation, for a job. I'm not very sure. But you also have the card of the Master, which is about the Magician energy. It's manifestation. It's having all the tools that you need to make something happen, Sagittarius. So let's see this person's overall energy. Person Sag is dealing with the past, experience, and intensity. So this person may have had a very intense childhood or a very intense past that kind of lingered in their energy or lingers in, you know, who their personality is, quite literally. I don't really get into past lives, but it could also be that this person has a repetitive past life experience. And that, you know, it could be also that you had a past life with this person, if you believe in that, right? So it could signify a few different things here, Sagittarius. So let's go further. I am going to look at recent past, how you both feel and see each other, think about each other in the now, and likely outcomes. So recent past for Sag. Where's that song again? Double shadow is king. What is that? That song like from TikTok, I think. Alright, so I don't think it has anything to do with the reading. Anyways, you have the Tower, the World, the Magician, and the Empress. So the Tower is unexpected changes, abrupt changes, can be very chaotic and intense energy. Now the World here talks about completions though, but it can also talk about repeated patterns or cycles. The Magician is the manifester of the zodiac. This is everything you need to manifest. And then the Empress, which is warm, caring energy. It's also very patient, dutiful, productive energy. So it could literally be, Sagittarius, that through the chaos, you're kind of finding yourself and regrounding yourself and repurposing yourself almost. That you're getting more in touch with the feminine energy, the soft energy, even if you're a masculine. Sometimes a little bit of chaos that throws our world upside down serves us in many ways, whether we can see that or not. And I feel like it has served you. And most importantly, it has given you the tools to create anew in your life. Because you know, Sagittarius, you never know more of what you do want when you're experiencing something you do not want. You know what I mean? You never appreciate your health more than when you're in a moment of sickness. You know, it's the duality that creates the wanting, that creates the room for improvement. And all you have to do is to get into receptive mode for the improvement to come. Unfortunately, people usually experience something they really don't like, and then they can't get out of that space to get to the space of to allow the improvement. And so it just looks, you know, on the outside, and maybe even internally, it may feel to this person that their prayers have went unanswered, but truthfully, they just didn't get themselves into a space of a better feeling energy and vibration, that the solution, the healing, the good fortune could come to them. It's vibration. It's vibrational work that you're called to do if you want to feel good. So let's see. This person's recent past. I don't think that. No, I wasn't ready. This person's past. What's up? Okay. That one stuck out. Ace of Wands. Page of Pentacles. So this person has been inspired to trust, but also they were also inspired to like have some sort of new beginning here. I feel like this person is really passionate about success or succeeding or having that sense of being a success, right? Especially if on the flip side of that, they've had a lot of struggles or have felt like a failure or struggled with that feeling of failure in the past. So let's go into the now and see how you both are thinking about each other. What do you think of this person? The Star. Aw. I'll tell you what I heard in just a second. I can't even hold it back. I have to say this. I heard, I do not wish you pain. I wish you healing. And that, for some reason, like created a bunch of emotion inside of me. So even if you've been through your own pain and suffering, whether because of this person or not, I feel like you still wish the best for this person. Why is this making me so emotional? Oh my God, am I gonna cry? Get back in there, tear. No crying. What the heck? Have you guys ever seen the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? That's where I got that from. If you haven't, I'm sorry for you because it's a great movie. But then there's a part of the movie where like there's a big tough guy and he's getting ready to cry and like the tear starts to come out and he was like, you get back in there, and then the tear goes and it gets sucked right back into his tear duct. And that's what I just did. Oh, Lord. Okay, so yeah, that's very deep-hearted of you, Sagittarius. I feel like on the other hand of this, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is very hesitant. It's kind of holding out hope, holding out hope. Maybe you held on to hope here with this person, Sagittarius. Holding out hope for what? Some sort of turnaround, that things would turn around. You seem to have a lot of passion for this connection, or see it through a very passionate lens and very emotional. I feel like this creates a lot of emotion, and at the same time, the Seven of Swords, you don't trust it. And I have another song coming through. She says, it's Kiana Ledes, I think. I never know if I say her name right. She said, said you never gonna lie, liar. This shit gonna come back full cycle. Tell me why you mad. Tell me why you hurt. Bet you didn't think that the tables would turn. You gon' fuck around. I'ma do the same, yeah. Karma, let me know that karma. Yeah, that's just fair play. Fair play. Take it or leave it. Alright, so let's go into, oh, now the whole song wants to come through. I gotta sing that whole dang song. Now how am I gonna do it right here? Because it's tarot reading. I won't get no hate mail in my comments. Alright, so let's see. How does this person see you? The Ace of Cups. The Hierophant. The Eight of Swords. They don't think that you realize, Sagittarius, that you have their heart, or they very much look up to you, or maybe that you don't even see your own worth and your own value and how much you are loved. Because I feel like this person sees you in a positive light, but they also perceive you as somebody who maybe doesn't see themselves in that light, who gets trapped in their negative thoughts. You know, even question if you're on the right path when you are on the right path. A lot of love here, a lot of hope, I feel, on your end, actually, and a sense of connection, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's go into the heart space. How do you feel underneath it all? What are you feeling underneath all of that? The Ace, the Fool, the King. So, the Fool is here to say, I feel like in your heart of hearts, you're looking for new beginnings, and yet you're still a little bit grounded in the past for whatever reason. I feel you trying to move away from that. And find you trying to listen to your intuition as well. And that's what the spiritual reading was guiding you to do. Not to let yourself get sucked back into the past or into those old patterns or emotions. Like, it's okay to think. I always tell people this. If you can think about the past from a positive mindset and it does not create a dissonance in your energy, think about it all you want. Think about it all you want. If you can look back on your past and with a sense of like feeling good about it, great. But if every time you go back into the past, it pulls up all that emotional drainage and baggage and all those old fears and insecurities, you are not ready to go there yet. You're not ready yet. You still need time. You still need to soothe some of that and to still let go somewhat. Okay. So ask yourself, when I think about the past, how does it make me feel? I still feel a lot of feelings here, regardless of whether you're still in connection with this person or not, that I feel are unresolved. So I'm just going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and say a lot of you still have unresolved pain or unresolved feelings when it comes to the connection, but take it as it's resonating. Some of you have worked through it. I wasn't actually ready. Get back in there. Let's see how does this person feel underneath it all towards Sag? The Wheel. And you know, it may not even be about this person, whatever is unresolved from the past. It could be a prior connection. Take it as it's resonating, but it's impacting this connection. Or this could be the person from the past. Take it as it's resonating. Because the Six of Cups is here, so it's in their energy too. I feel like for a lot of you, this person has conquered some of their own demons, but they still have some repetitive patterns going on. But I feel they're working through them, actually. They have a lot of positive energy here showing up. A lot of strength showing up in the heart space. But they often loop back to the past as well. Now, I feel like this person looks back to the past in more of a fond way, like fond memories, where, you know, you may not be on the same wavelength when it comes to that, or maybe you don't see it that way. I'm not sure. But I do feel like they do think about the past a lot. So what is the most likely outcome then for Sag, which is temporary? Whoa, 2 ending cards. And based on free will. But this is a good ending, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. Quit going back there. Sagittarius. Let me explain this. This is an ending. It's exhaustion. It's pain. This is an ending. This is an ending to the exhaustive pain. The cyclic thought patterns. And I feel like this is self-induced. This card, though, is somebody who keeps jumping back into that pain. Not intentionally. Not because you want to, but because it's habit. Right? It's habit. But it really pulls you in emotionally every single time. So I'm a true believer that if you give anything enough time, it will soothe you. I'm not going to say it completely heals you. Well, I don't honestly feel any of us are broken. We're just human. But, you know, whatever. I do feel time will soothe things. Okay? So sometimes it's just about a matter of giving it time. Give it time. But there are also things that you can do to soothe oneself in the meantime. And one of those is to practice your focus on what's ahead of you, not what's behind you. But also, when you think about the past, to reframe it in your brain. And that's kind of what the spiritual reading was about. You know, our ego will have us crying and knocking on doors, and there's nothing behind the door. Right? But spirit will keep the door shut because it knows better. Don't cry over shut doors. That just means there's another door to open, you know, along your way. It just means that there's something better for you, a better match to you, a better match for your desires and where you're going, and all you got to do is let it in. I don't believe the universe ever leaves anybody without. So there's no chance you're going to be left without. Right? In fact, it's not even about being left without or settling or none of that. It's about opening up and getting receptive to the more that wants to come in, the more that is behind the right door. Because there's some emotional baggage here that you're working through. Now, this could have been during the full moon. And I told you, I felt dense. I felt tense. My blood pressure was high. And then after the full moon, as it's lifting, I feel a breath of relief. So you may be processing this and now going into a space of relief and strength. You know? I wasn't ready yet. This person's likely outcome. 10 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. This person is trying to positively, let me say that better. They're trying to keep a positive outlook and focus on you know, what makes them feel stable, building their foundation, you know, taking things one step at a time, being more playful. It just makes them feel like they're more in control when they're in that space, and that's because that is their space of empowerment. You're being encouraged to get into that space as well, Sagittarius, because you're not left without. You can channel empowerment. You can also be in any emotional space you choose to be in, because you get to choose your thoughts and your emotions, nobody else. So they want you to harness that power more than anything. And don't make it about an outcome or another person or something you want. Just make it about the fact that you want to feel good, because feeling good feels good. But through that feeling good space, improvement must come. And I feel like improvement is coming, it's coming, it's coming. And when you're in receptive mode, you'll feel it, you'll feel it, you'll feel it. And this person is also going into that receptive mode. They want to build something solid and real. They do think about the past, but in a more positive light. They actually see you in a positive light, but they don't think that you see yourself that way. Now, they may be wrong in that, but that's their perception, right? And so they're actually kind of pushing through the energy, and here you are, the master of your own destiny, big-hearted, beautiful Sagittariuses. You know what, Sagittarius, you have one of the most beautiful hearts of the zodiac. People get you so twisted because you'd be so blunt sometimes. But like, honestly, Sagittarians are very sensitive, and you're blunt because things matter a lot to you, and that's all right. But the strength is coming. So the healing is coming. The answer is coming. Let's see what the guidance is. Card number 49, our opinions about our children will influence their behavior. I don't think I've ever gotten this one before. The more you see things in your child that you do not want to see, the more of it you'll see. And so the behavior that you elicit from your child is more about you than it is about them. And actually, that's true about all of your relationships, not just your children. But since you think about your children more than you do most others, your opinion about them has a greater role. The more you see things in anyone that you do not want to see, the more of it you will see. And the behavior you will elicit from anyone is more about you than it is about them. Wow, you might have to re-listen to that one. That one's interesting. Woo! Deep, 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 deep. Wow, we're going to leave it there for now, Sag. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Aries here, Leo again, Taurus, Pisces, Leo again, Scorpio, Aries, Virgo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio again. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing. Keep in mind it is a general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. Find me on Facebook for more fun stuff. All of my social media is linked below and in the About section. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Sag. And until next time, my friends, namaste.